What's going on, guys? It's your boy Darth Eternal here with the latest Star Wars news. But before we do get into that, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Also, go check out my last video as it was a good one, so give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's start today's show because we have some big news today. Welcome back, guys, to the Eternal Sith Network here, where you get all your Star Wars news. And today, we're going to talk about 7 surprise cameos that we, the fans, could definitely expect in the Kenobi series. And let's just get right into it. And the one first name that is on the list is the one, the only R2-D2. We know that this is the most iconic droid that booped and beeped his way into fans' hearts all the way back in 1977, and he's become obviously the most recognizable characters in the movie history, so why not feature him, right? At the end of Revenge of the Sith, both R2-D2 and C-3PO were put into the service of Bail Organa to work for the royal house of Alderaan. Now, it has been confirmed that the Organa family will play a big part in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, at least early on, so perhaps Kenobi has a passing interaction with the droid during a meeting with Bail. It doesn't have to be anything special, but seeing R2 and Obi-Wan in the same room again would be an easy emotional win for fans of the franchise. It could even be a simple hello, or serving as the holdover before R2 sees Kenobi again years later, after or in, shall I say, A New Hope. Now, number 2 that we have on the list is, yes, the greatest bounty hunter of them all, Boba Fett. And now we know the space between the prequels and the original trilogy is a relative blank spot for fans of Boba Fett. The iconic bounty hunter has had adventures in this early age of the Empire, some of which have been explored in the comics and books, which is beautiful, but in a story that has every bounty hunter and inquisitor from Mortis to Ryloth hunting down Ewan McGregor's story Jedi, it would make sense to see a teenage Boba Fett to appear in this. This could serve as a nice bridge for fans, maybe showing him in an early iteration of his iconic green armor, or perhaps his inclusion in the series could hint at the beginnings of the business relationship between him and Jabba, having him turn his back on taking jobs from the Empire and going into business with the biggest crime lord in the galaxy. So that is another one that we could see in the series. And for number 3, we can get the one, the only, the Emperor. For the Empire side of things, Obi-Wan Kenobi is seemingly obviously all about Darth Vader and his Inquisitors. It would not be all that surprising, honestly, if Emperor Palpatine made an appearance at some point in the series. This would likely be a very small cameo, but it is one that would make a lot of sense given how involved Vader seems to be. Maybe a throne room scene between Palpatine and Vader sets up the idea that Obi-Wan is still out there, allowing Anakin to make the decision to go after his former master, something his current master would likely take great joy in. As mentioned above, this would be the smallest of cameos, as greater inclusion of him could take away from the emotional weight behind the Anakin / Obi-Wan conflict. So I would say a small cameo, but a welcomed one for the Emperor. Now the next one, which is the biggest one that we've all been waiting for, and it's only a matter of time, is Cal Kestis makes his live action debut for Star Wars, and Obi-Wan feels like the perfect place on the timeline for Kenobi. Obviously, it takes place 5 years roughly after Star Wars' Jedi Fallen Order, so if Cal were to be looking for other Jedi, it feels like Obi-Wan would be pretty high on his priority list. At this point in Star Wars canon, there are not many Force users left, and those that remain are either hiding or searching for others. This is not to say that Cal would play a key part in the Kenobi series run, but he could drop into the adventure for an episode before being called off to take on something else, obviously the setup for possibly Fallen Order 2. So this would make the most sense, guys. I mean, the Kenobi series would be for sure the place for him to debut, but I will say this, I did a video on it. I would rather see him in season 2 because we Little spoiler, might have a season 2 for the Kenobi series, but I'm not gonna get into it too much. Again, if you want, go check out another video that I did on the setup between him and how he's mentioned for a season 2 and where we will see that. The next one I want to talk about is the one, the only, the Chewbacca, next on the list of potential names to show up in the Kenobi series. As far as fans know, after the fall of the Republic, Chewie went on the run, eventually ending up captured by the Empire and meeting Han Solo during the events of Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, Chewbacca and Obi-Wan seemingly met for the first time aboard the Millennium Falcon in A New Hope, but nothing is said to confirm or deny if they have, come across each other before. Maybe Chewie helps Obi-Wan in his quest to outrun the powers that be, or perhaps the two come face to face against each other during the series. Who knows? This feels like just one of those theories when it comes to cameos, but it cannot be, discounted. So you never know, we could possibly get him. Now, second to last on the list is Padme, the Senator of Naboo, portrayed by Natalie Portman, has been intertwined with Obi-Wan and Anakin, obviously since the moment she came on screen. Now, many will question the idea of Padme making herself known in the upcoming series, as she died giving birth to Luke and Leia at the tail end of Revenge of the Sith. But it has been mentioned that flashbacks will be a part of the Kenobi series, and Portman seems game for a return as well, and a flashback featuring her, Christensen, and McGregor could serve as a special callback for fans, while also showing Anakin / Vader just what he has lost on his journey to the dark side, and also too, again, that intervenes this other character that we could possibly get, but I won't talk about that character just yet. Or perhaps, just something during the climatic battle between Kenobi and Vader. Who knows? But anyway, that's another name that I would love to see in the Kenobi series. Now, the last but not least, when it comes to unannounced prequel characters appearing in the Kenobi series, the man, the myth, the legend, Qui Gon Jin just feels like the odds-on favorite. In recent weeks, Liam Neeson, who played obviously the Jedi Master in episode 1, has been putting on his best Andrew Garfield impression when asked about a return to Star Wars, and he has, this open mind of coming back. So honestly, I would love to see Qui-Gon Jinn come back, but obviously as a Force Ghost or a voice. We don't know yet how we're getting him, but there is a leak out there, and I did do a video on it, so you might want to go check it out in my previous videos. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if we get possibly Qui-Gon in this series. It makes the most sense, either in the beginning of the series or at the end, if this is a one and done. As long as he has one conversation with Ewan McGregor's Kenobi, I am happy, I am satisfied. You could count me in. You have my subscription, Disney. But anyway, guys, let me hear who you would want to see as a cameo in this series. There are plenty to go around, but these are just one that I wanted to give to you, who likely most probably will show up in this series. So comment down below who yours is, and remember, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know, and stay tuned as I'll have another video out tomorrow. Later, guys.